Hey guys, it's the Fly Natural here and I am back with another video. Welcome to my channel if you are new and welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. Today's video is going to be 5 things that I do not like about my locks. Now, before we get into the video, if you guys, if this whole looking background looks familiar, yes, this was a video or this was a setup from my last video, and yes, I'm in the same outfit and everything, but hey, I'm making videos for you guys. I'm trying to get as much content cranked out for you guys as I can, and I'm a mom and I don't have that much time to do it. So since I have the time right now, I'm going to get as much done as I can. So that is that, and we're moving on. So if you guys have been following my lock journey, you know that I am about almost 2 years locked. I'm actually 21 months locked. Whoop whoop. And I love my locks. I love the journey. I love the look, the style, everything so far. But these are the 5 things that I don't like about them, because with any relationship, you're gonna have your ups, your downs, your goods, your bad, the things you like, and the things you don't like. So in this video, we're gonna talk about the 5 things I don't like about Miss Lola. Okay, so let's get into it. The first thing that I don't like about my locks is my unraveling ends. Of course, you guys know I am almost 2 years locked and I am still struggling with unraveling ends. I think I mentioned that in my last lock update. I do have some ends that unravel, and that's what's really keeping the look of my twist pattern, because every so often they'll just be loose and I go ahead and I twist them back up and they just unravel. They just do whatever they want to do, and I'm not too sure what to do about that. I am thinking about doing my interlocking tool to kind of like seal those ends in. Hopefully I'll be able to get it to stick that way, but as of right now, that kills me. I hate it because the rest of my hair is maturing rather nicely, but then I have these fresh new twisted ends that make me feel like I'm back at day 1, and I do not like it. The thing I don't like about my locks are frizz. Now my frizz has been getting a little better ever since I've started brushing my locks, but prior to that, frizz has been on 1,000. My hair is always frizzy. I have like teeny tiny hairs just sticking up everywhere, and then I do struggle with my hair growing outside of the lock, so that kind of also adds to the look of the frizz and everything, and I cannot stand it. But with lock brushing, it has gotten a little better. It has tamed the beast of the frizz, but I still have a ton of frizz everywhere. I think as my locks continue to mature, that frizz will reduce, but as of right now, it hasn't been. Thing are my baby locks. Baby locks, baby locks, baby locks. More specifically, my edges. Now, if you guys have been following my journey, you do know that when I first started my lock journey, I didn't have any hair on the perimeter of my head. I lost it due to postpartum shedding. And over this past almost 2 years of me locking my hair, my edges have grown back. So I do have baby locks in those areas, but the baby locks sometimes drive me crazy. They like to stick up, they like to stick out, they don't lay straight. And when I try to do like ponytails or certain updos or things like that, I have to really take into consideration that I have these little locks all around the perimeter of my head. Now, they're not as small as they used to be. Like, they are definitely longer and they have like some length to them, but they don't like to lay down. They like to stick up, they like to stand out, they like to be seen, and that sometimes drives me insane, because if I'm going for a specific look or specific style, I don't want a lock just sticking up. And sometimes, even in some of my videos, like my TikToks, Instagram videos, even some of my YouTube videos, I'm sitting here, I'm talking, thinking I'm looking all cute, and then it's just the lock like, hey, sticking up, and I'm looking like alfalfa. That drives me crazy, but I am glad that the hair grew back. I just have to find some way to tame them so don't be sticking up like wild children. The next thing, hair follicles. Hair follicles, hair follicles. Baby, my hair follicles, I don't like them. They're everywhere. I'm noticing them more so down the length of my locks. Now, if those of you don't know, the hair follicles I'm referring to is when your hair is loose, your hair sheds, and it has the bulb at the end of that hair, which is the hair follicle. But when you're locked and your hair sheds, it has no place to go, so those follicles end up in your locks. Now with me, I started noticing it a while back in my journey, and now I'm noticing it more than ever. And it's more down the length of my locks, so I feel like the longer my hair grows, you know, the more follicles I'm gonna get and the more they're gonna be exposed in my hair. And I don't like the look of it. I don't like it at all. And I still struggle on what to do with it, because a lot of the solutions that I've been getting regarding hair follicles are some solutions that I am not interested in. I'm not quite ready to dye my hair yet. I don't want to pluck them. I don't want to cut them, and brushing is just not going to get rid of that follicle, because I do brush my locks and those follicles are still there and still noticeable. So as of right now, I'm just dealing with it, but it drives me nuts. I don't like it, and it's a big thing about my locks that I don't like, because certain people think that I have really bad dandruff, or they just think that I'm dirty and don't wash my hair. The last thing that I don't like about my locks, and this is something that's never going to change, is the time it takes me to retie my locks. Now, I've definitely gotten faster over these 2 years of doing my locks. I can actually retie in 2 days versus a week, or versus 3 or 4 days. But it's very time consuming, and I have to put it in my schedule because I am a mom and I'm a small business owner. So me trying to juggle maintaining my business, running my household, raising my children while retying Lola is crazy. And not only that, is I have 3 other heads to take care of. I have 2 daughters, and my boyfriend also has locks, so I also maintain his locks as well. And so me trying to get time to do my locks, and it takes a lot of time. It's a really easy process, but it's very tedious, and you have to make sure that you go through and take your time so that you don't combine any locks, and so that you don't mess up your grid and things like that. But the end result of a fresh retie is like, girl, nothing in this world. You can't tell me nothing after I retie my hair. Maybe in the future I may consider having someone else touch my locks, but right now I'm not considering it, because I love my locks. I love taking care of them and maintaining them myself, because this is my hair. I know it. I know the history of it. I started my locks. Now, if I would have had my locks started by someone else, then I wouldn't have a problem with somebody else maintaining them. But since I've started and maintained them myself for the entire duration so far of me having them, I don't really feel comfortable with anybody else retying my hair or being in my hair. So I would just have to deal with that on my own. I will say that I've gotten faster with the reties, but it still takes a lot of time, trust me. So yeah, if you're considering self-maintaining your locks, or starting and self-maintaining your locks, this is something that you definitely need to take into consideration, that the amount of locks you have and the way that you maintain your locks could be considered very time consuming. So that's all I have for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any questions or any solutions to any of the problems that I brought up, please let me know down below, and let me know what are some of the things you don't like about your locks. What are some of the things that drives you crazy about your locks? Because I know I'm not the only one that has this love-hate relationship with my locks sometimes. So I will catch you guys in my next video. Peace.